name's Rachel. I work for Einstein Dog Training. I'm going to answer one of the questions that was submitted for the Ask the Trainer. The question came in and it reads as follows. Our 1.5-year-old Great Dane has no concept of personal space. It's not so bad when it's just us, but if we have company sitting on the couch or small children over, he will repetitively walk right into their space and nose bump them or practically knock them over. He's not being aggressive, and we have tried to correct him and reward the behavior when he's calm or sitting down, but he gets so distracted when there are people over, especially people that he remembers or likes. We have a baby coming next summer and would love to fix the problem before he or she is here. What do we do? Well, first of all, I would say that this is definitely a good time to get started with making some changes before your baby is here next summer. Congratulations. So I would start by saying that you're going to need to do some separating of him and the baby, your dog that is. This is going to help you also when people come over to visit. But the most important thing I would say is to start by doing some separation so that it's not he's your baby, he's on the furniture, he's in your bed, he's all of the places that the baby are going to be, especially since if he's a Great Dane, it sounds like he's definitely a very large dog. You want to make sure that you are not setting your baby up for getting stepped on or sat on by your dog hopping on your bed, hopping on your couch, getting into the space where the baby's going to be. So this is definitely a good time to go ahead and start by separating that. One of the most valuable commands that you can teach a dog is the place command. The place command, basically what that means is it is giving your dog a place where he is to put all 4 of his feet and to remain until released. This place can be a dog bed, it can be a mat of some sort. Being that you have a very large dog, the space is going to be a little bit more limited than what some people with smaller dogs or even medium-sized dogs could use. In our home, we have a couple of different elevated dog beds that we use, but we also use things when we're out in public, such as recycle bins, rocks, park benches, anything different from the floor surrounding it, basically. Preferably something elevated so it's a little easier for your dog to understand the difference in the object that you want them sitting on versus the floor around it. So, for example, a flat rug or a piece of carpet or something may just not be different enough from the floor surrounding it for your dog to understand that this is the object where you want them to stay. Generally, we start by introducing the object and rewarding them for being on it. We do a lot of practicing the dog staying on the object for longer periods of time when things are calm. Like you said, your dog is calm when it's just you at home. It's when there's distractions that you're having a difficult time. So make sure that you're practicing the place command regularly when there aren't distractions, so that when you add in distractions, it doesn't become something that's not of importance to him. So practicing when you're making dinner, when you're eating, when you have company over, even if it's your significant other coming home, practice your dog going there for a good part of the day and not just getting up when he wants to get up, but waiting for the release to get up. Sometimes we'll do what's called back tying. So having a leash on your dog and hooking it to something to prevent him from getting up. So a doorknob, the couch chair, leg or something like that you can secure a leash to, so that if he gets up, he's not able to leave that space until you're able to put him back on that space. So what this is going to teach him is self-control, essentially. This is giving him a place where he needs to go and stay there until he's been released. So this is going to be very helpful for when you're at home and you're trying to do something. For example, when the baby comes, if you're having tummy time or something on the floor and you don't want your dog coming over and stepping on that space, it's easy for you to put him on place. I do recommend the place being where he can see you, not in the other room. It's going to be a lot harder for him to want to stay, especially if he wants to be involved with people that are over or with what it is that you're doing. If he's nearby, it should be a lot easier for you to get him to stay in that space. But definitely he needs to learn what that concept is in a lower distraction environment before expecting him to stay there when someone new comes through the door or when someone's visiting. Once he has a concept of it in a lower distraction environment, then definitely work on it when people come over. I would probably snap a leash on him so that you've got a little bit more control with leading him over to his place and then rewarding him for staying there. There's also a pretty fine line between rewarding your dog once it's being calm and then getting him excited again. So make sure that your rewards are very calm when you are rewarding him for being calm. If he's calmed down and you walk over and you go, yay, good boy, he's gonna wanna get up and get excited again. So just make sure that your rewards are very calm. You might even just toss a treat down next to him without saying anything, and that will be a calm way of rewarding him for doing what you have asked for him to do. I would also really probably work on him going on place, just in the evening while you're watching TV or something like that. Just let it become something that's a normal part of his routine. At my house and most of our trainers' homes, our dogs spend a good portion of their day hanging out on their beds, especially if we're working with another dog, or if we're working, there's something going on, so our dogs aren't up pacing around the house, getting into trouble, that kind of thing. It's just a really great way to have a little bit more structure in your dog's day to day, for establishing expectations rather than him just doing what he wants when he wants, and then not understanding why he can't do what he wants when there's company over. So definitely make sure to get started on that now. Another thing I would say is to make sure that your dog is getting enough social interaction. Make sure that you're taking him places and that he's getting to greet enough people, because if greeting people isn't something that he normally gets to do, and then all of a sudden somebody comes over, of course he's going to be really excited and want to say hello. So make sure that he does get that interaction both when people come over as well as when you take him out into public, so that it's not something that is not a normal part of his routine and he's overstimulated by it. Also make sure that he's getting enough stimulation both physically and mentally to help to kind of eliminate some of that high energy, so that when there is a high level of distraction and you've asked him to be calm, it's something that he's able to do because he's not bursting at the seams with energy. What I mean by physical and mental stimulation, physical stimulation is things like going on a run, going on a walk, going to doggy daycare, something where he's able to physically exercise. Mental stimulation is thinking, training, working, something that's going to make his brain think and work, so that he's not constantly looking for something to do, constantly trying to be in your space, in your bubble, getting into trouble, right? So definitely make sure that you are meeting his physical and mental stimulation needs. And I would also make sure that you are taking time where you are setting aside one-on-one time with him and you, especially for when the baby comes, because it's going to be a big shock for the first baby to come in when the dog is already there. The dog is used to spending time with you and getting all of your, your free time, all of your, hey, let's go play time. So by limiting that, but also making sure that there are designated times that he can look forward to, that also will really help with your transition. I've answered your question about personal space. It's more or less making sure that your dog's needs are met, as well as him understanding the concept of going and staying on his place, so that he's able to do some interacting, but then it's easy for you to separate him from what it is that you're doing, easy for you to be able to send him back, but again, also at the same time making sure that all of his needs are met as well. If you have any questions or you're having trouble with any of these things, please give us a call. We're happy to sit down and do a little bit more explanation one-on-one. It may even be a little easier if we've had an opportunity to meet your dog. You can call us to schedule a consultation anytime, or for anybody else that's listening, if you're having trouble and you just don't know what else to do, it seems easy enough to put your dog on place, but maybe he's not doing it for you. Anytime you can give us a call and our trainers will come out and give you guys a hand. Our phone number is 248-733-3776 and our website is einsteindogtraining.com. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and we're happy to answer. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye.